Hello, this is Solomon Davis, Right Side Trader. Today is October 4th, 2024, just a month away from the election. But this is my weekly market review where I'm reviewing the Dow 30, that's DIA, on a quarterly chart, monthly chart, weekly chart, and a daily chart. This is all for educational purposes only, no trade recommendation, because as we all know, trading is risky. You can lose money at trading. So please check with your financial advisor. Please check with your significant other and make sure trading is something that is suitable for you. All right, let's jump over to the charts and see what happened this week. This was a pretty good week, a crazy week. Let's maximize this quarterly chart and see what we see here. We see a green quarter starting off above an R2 level. This market does want to go higher. Wow. Just say wow. That's it. That's what we see here. Let's go to the monthly chart and see what we see there. On the monthly chart, the money starting off green. It had pulled back a little bit here the first few days, and by the end of the day, today, it made most of this pullback at all. So right now, we didn't make a new high. We haven't made that new high yet on the Dow. But it looks like we're going to be getting closer. We might make it this month before the election. I was thinking we may not get that high or that pop until after the election. But we just got to wait and see what we see. We're still above the 10-9 moving average, so we still are in a bull market. We ended up opening, these are quarterly pivots. We did end up opening a quarter above pivot, so I do expect it to go higher. And how high do I expect it to go? A lot of times, as you can see, a lot of times we get to an R1 or higher. So R1 or higher. An R1 or higher, an R1 or higher is what I'm expecting. So I'm expecting us to at least get up to, and see, again, this is not crazy, 437. That's only a little bit over $10. That's $14 away. So it's not crazy seeing the market go to an R1 if it wants to go higher and make new highs. And that means it can happen this quarter. And me happening this quarter, that's just before the end of the year. So nothing crazy. I'm not saying anything crazy or too outrageous. So it's just what can happen. But let's go ahead and go down to the weekly chart and see what we see there. On the weekly chart, as we can see, we ended up the week green. We was red for quite a while. And I think most of this green happened today. It ended up pushing back and turning green today and all. So I was looking earlier, I know on some of the other charts and all, we had red morning stars, evening stars on the daily chart, looking like, again, that it wanted to turn bullish, but it's beginning to turn green already. And as we can see, but it's not showing. This is on last month pivots still. These are last month pivots. It's not. We're not going to switch over to next month pivots, this current month pivots until next week. Look like, and we definitely will be opening above pivot on the weekly these are monthly pivots, and it is going to start its monthly pivots on these weekly candles come next week. But I do see we're going to be opening above pivot, and like I said, all I look for is to stay above that pivot line. And it may dip below it, but by the end of the month, I expect it to be back above there. And that's what I see here. I do see us going higher. I do see us making new highs come next month, since a lot of times we do like getting on. Now on the monthly pivots, as you can see, a lot of times, all we do, we reach, if it's in a nice strong bull market, we reach an R1. We don't like crossing an R1. This year we got up to an R3 level, but as you can see, it came back down to an R1 level. So that's what I see here. So again, expecting it to go to make, again, all-time highs, maybe even this month and all, it's not out of the question at 432 on the Dow. So that's what I see there. So, all right, let's go on to the daily chart and look at this daily noise, this daily chop that we see. And we can see, okay, this high was actually, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that high was back on Monday. And and again, the green for the week, we had to get over this high right here. And this is the high that we've got. We actually ended up closing over our Monday high. So we ended up turning green for the week. So, and we did go up a little higher today and pull back before the close, look like. We might have went up we'll pull back a little bit before the close. These are daily candles with weekly candles. Then again, this is one where, it's open below pivot, but it ended up closing above pivot. It went back down below pivot and then came back up to pivot. But coming down to an R1 and bouncing, that's kind of like everybody sees this. This is why the pivots are one of my favorite indicators, and I show it and I share it. There's other indicators that I actually use and other indicators that they use at Right Side Trading that I don't share anymore. You know, they are great also. But if the one indicator that I don't mind sharing, and I think nobody else really minds sharing, are these pivots. And these pivots can be very helpful, but you do need to use them with other indicators. You know, another indicator for me is the candle patterns themselves, and that's why I kind of do this with the candle patterns and pivots. And you see a couple of charts have moving averages on that everybody knows about and everybody shares. But if you want to make a comment, give me a comment. Tell me what your favorite, if you got this far in the video, tell me what's your favorite indicator, just one. You don't have to give me the settings and all that kind of stuff, but just what's that indicator that you really love. And that's all I really want to share this week. I hope you guys had a great week. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you next week. Have a good one. Bye.